Hey everybody, it's Michael of Family for Health here at Expo West with Ryan Bailey of Amazing Grass Superfoods. How you doing, Ryan?
Hey, doing good.
Good, good.
Hey, Michael, nice to meet you. Glad to talk about our company and shed some light on the superfood industry and what sets us apart from the rest of the industry.
Perfect. Well, tell us, what sets you guys apart?
So we've actually been growing dehydrating grass for about 75 years on our family farm out in Kansas. We're located in Larned. That's about south central Kansas, population 1,000, really small town, pretty much just farmers out there. And Brandon, our CEO, about 14 years ago, got together with our other co-CEO, Todd, and decided to sort of change their career path. They were both in telecom industry, and they decided to do something to help people live a healthier lifestyle. So fortunately, Brandon had the resources and the connections, with his family to start Amazing Grass. They started at the bottom and worked their way up. Just basically just selling individual tubs, of our product for years, and we've grown into the largest green superfood company in the country. We're all over the place. We're on Amazon. We're at Whole Foods, Sprouts, GNC. You can find us at Vitamin Cottage as well as about another. In addition to that, we're in about 500 other stores around the U.S. and Canada. We're in England now, so those of you across the pond, we're over there in London.
Awesome.
And emerging markets around the world as well. One thing that really sets us apart is our whole growing and dehydrating process. We grow all of our own grasses, wheatgrass, alfalfa, and barley grass for long duration. We grow our wheatgrass and barley grass for about 6 to 9 months, so you get a lot more nutrients that way. The plant actually reaches its peak nutritional point right about at that point, and that's when we harvest. We grow it through a cold winter, which forces the roots to go really deep into the ground and pull up all these trace minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron, things you wouldn't normally get, especially if you're growing it in a tray. It also, using natural light, increases the nutrient level of all of these vitamins and minerals. We harvest just the tip of the blade, which is where the majority of the nutrients exist, just the top 2 inches. We harvest just the tips. And we take those tips, the blades of grass, dehydrate them the same day, below 107 degrees Fahrenheit. We do a flash dehydration for 7 seconds, so none of the beta carotene, enzymes, or minerals are breaking down, none of the nutrients lost. Take all those tips, pack them into little pellets, about this big, about the size of a rabbit food pellet. I don't know if you can see that big. And it reduces the surface area. So the 3 things that will break down nutrients are heat, light, and oxygen. So what we've done there is limited the amount of oxidation that can occur to break down nutrients. We take those pellets, put them in these huge sacks that weigh about 2,200 pounds or 1,000 kilos for those of you on the metric system, and we fill it up with nitrogen. So we drop some nitrogen in there, liquid nitrogen. It expands, and actually, since nitrogen weighs more than oxygen, all the oxygen leaves the top of the sack, and all we have there is nitrogen and the grass itself, so there's no oxidation occurring in there. And we seal these sacks up, put them on flatbed trucks, drive them 3 miles down the road to caves that we own. So we purchased these caves a few years ago as frozen food storage to reduce our eco footprint. We're a very sustainable company. We love to take care of the environment. It also reduces our cost too, which is another really good factor. A lot of people, I can get into this, but a lot of people don't understand that sustainability and cost reduction really work hand in hand. It drives innovation and forces people to start thinking outside the box when you're trying to think through sustainable farming practices and sustainable ways of in the CPG industry, sustainable ways of growing your product. So what we do is we put it on flatbed trucks, drive them down to the caves that we own. These caves have a temperature that fluctuates between -20 and about -10 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. So it's freezing cold. Since they used to be limestone mines, it's absolutely cold. Anybody that's been in caves knows that it's cold. Limestone mines especially, or limestone caves especially. And so we use them for frozen food storage. And what we've done by putting them in the caves is limited the amount of light and heat that they're exposed to. So there's no light, no heat, and no oxygen because they're in these sacks. So we basically put a pause button on nature's ability to break down nutrients.
Fascinating.
So we take, so we have mill days. So when we're ready to mill, we'll actually start up the mill. It's about the size, I don't know if you can see this display, but it's about 5 times the size of this area. It's huge. And our previous mill was about the size of one of these little displays right here. You know, it's about like a 4 foot by 8 foot tall. You know, that was basically it. And if there was, you know, a lot of our customers love our product, but if there's any one knock against it, it was that every so often it would be a little bit grainy. You know, that was one of the knocks that we had. And so we worked with engineers and people in the industry to develop a new way for us to mill things down to a more bioavailable size and a much finer grind. So our new grind is about as fine as talcum powder. It is extremely bioavailable. It absorbs into water, and whatever smoothie you're actually putting it in very easily, not grainy at all, tastes fantastic. And importantly, for digestion and absorption of nutrients, it's extremely bioavailable. Your teeth can only grind things up so much. The mill itself will grind things up even more than that, so that when you ingest it, it absorbs into your bloodstream almost instantaneously. So that way you'll feel the chlorophyll, you feel the energy right away, the vitamins and minerals are already in there. There's spirulina, you know, and chlorella, things that can break the blood-brain barrier and give you the neuronutrients very quickly. And so that's one thing that separates us from our competitors, is the fact that we control almost the entire process of, you know, going from seed to shelf.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's
I love
one
it.
thing.
Well, thanks so much.
Yeah,
I got a huge understanding of the process.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, I love the ability to talk to all of you out there and shed some light on our company. Hopefully you guys learned something, and if you have any questions, you know, definitely check out Michael's blog for more useful information, or come to amazinggrass.com. You can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and we're on Instagram as well.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, man.
Excellent.
I appreciate it.
Thank you,
I'll have
Michael.
a link down below, and you can click on it for easy access to the website for Amazing Grass. All right, take care, guys.